Hey everybody, and welcome back to the top 100 albums of 2023, and today we're looking at part 3, 80 through 71. No more dilly-dally, let's get into it. Coming in at number 80 is Metal Church with Congregation of Annihilation. Now, this is a pure watershed moment for the band, as a very big series of unfortunate incidents has plagued the band pretty much since the beginning. But now they're back with new frontman Mark Lopez, and I think they've put out some of their strongest material in a very, very long time. So many great heavy hitters on this album, no real ballads to speak of, which might be the only flaw I can think on this album because I'm a sucker for a good Metal Church ballad. But a lot of great mid-tempo numbers, and of course, a couple 80s songs that really remind me of some good sleaze rock. If you want to see how Metal Church has maintained to be one of the best, underrated, and overlooked bands that ever came out of the 80s. Coming in at number 79 is Oblivion Protocol with their debut album, The Fall of the Shires. This is a brand new supergroup featuring members of Threshold, Within Temptation, Dark Water, and Devin Townsend. And this does get heavy enough to be progressive metal, but it really is a progressive rock album. You won't find anything too harsh on this album, but it is very pleasant to listen to no matter your prog stylings. It goes all over the board with magnificent musicianship and songwriting. The production just sounds so crystal clear and you can hear what everyone is doing no matter how technical it gets. It is a prog album I don't see enough people talking about, and I think that needs to change. Give that a shot. This album is well worth your time if you're a prog head. Coming in at number 78 is Horrendous with Ontological Mysterium. Now this album actually made number 1 for Decibel's top 40 albums of 2023, and I absolutely understand why. It combines my love of 90s progressive death metal like Cynic, Atheist, Edge of Sanity, and others. It easily has the best production the band has ever done, and of course the songwriting is phenomenal. I did not get to hear this album enough, but every time that I do listen to it, I find something new to appreciate about it. But if you love that raw feel of the 90s progressive death metal scene, this is an absolute must listen. Horrendous is leading the charge, so give them a shot while they're still underground and before they skyrocket to the top. Coming in at number 77 is Celestial with Broken Vows and The Unspoken Truth. The debut album from this Indonesian progressive death metal band is a real sight to behold. It combines a lot of elements that I did not expect, but it fits so perfectly with the modern day progressive death metal sound. Great cleans, awesome growls, technical proficiency all over the board. This thing is nice and heavy and gets nice and clean when it needs to. And another album that I wish a lot more people were talking about, but hey, if I'm covering them here, that means that they're worth checking out, and I hope that means something to you as well. Give this one a shot if you need some more prog death in 2023. Coming in at number 76 is Dying Fetus with Make Them Beg for Death. I'll leave this one short and sweet. If you love what Dying Fetus has been doing over the past decade, this album is for you. Not really going so much into the death grind, even though that's still here in spades. The band is more focused on their tech death sound, and it really does work for the band. It gets simple when it needs to, it gets very technical at the right spots, and of course the vocals and lyrics are beyond brutal. If you love what Dying Fetus has become, this is just another outstanding album from the band. Coming in at number 75 is Sin Heresy with Castaways. The band's 4th album since their inception 10 years ago is fantastic work, where the band is continuing to explore their symphonic side, adding more melodic moments than ever before, and some modern tinges as well. If you really enjoy the works of Epica and Nightwish, this is definitely a band that you should not sleep on. They're continuing that trend without losing what the symphonic metal elements and genre is all about. Coming in at number 74 is Mariana's Rest with Hour. The band's 4th album since their debut album in 2016 continues the path of that melodic doom metal and death doom sound that they've patented so very, very well. It also helps that they got the godfather of the death doom sound, Aaron Stainthorpe of My Dying Bride, to be able to have his fantastic clean spoken word on a track on this album. But yes, if you love that slow, mid-paced, melodic death doom, this is an album that is a must here in 2023. And hey, with where I am in the US, winter is coming, so this is a perfect album to put on. Coming in at number 73 is Sotana with On Us One. Now, this is an album that I thoroughly enjoyed, but I completely and utterly forgot about it, and much to my dismay, it only ended up at number 73. But on the other end, it did make my top 100, which means that it's absolutely worth your time. This is great melodic black and death metal for the fans of Winter Sun, Children of Bodom, Brimir, Gladenfold. If you love any of that Swedish, Scandinavian melodic death metal sound, this has covered that in strides, and one of the best examples in 2023. Coming in at number 72 is Tail Gunner with Guns for Hire. This debut album from this UK outfit perfectly blends that revival metal sound, that heavy metal sound, and just the right amount of tinges to make it modern for 2023. So if you're looking for anything between Enforcer, Iron Maiden, Halloween, or even Night Demon, you'll find something to thoroughly enjoy about this album. Of course, the name of the band and the title should give you an idea of what's going on lyrically, and if you enjoy that stuff, it's right for you. And finally today at number 71 is Max Enix with Far From Home. This double album concept is one of the most bombastic and hugely filled albums, not just of 2023, but in general, that has ever been made. Basically, every style of rock and metal is covered on this album, and so many things that aren't even a part of that as well, like world music and jazz and hip-hop. It is a conglomeration of almost every style. The only thing I couldn't really find is like drone or grindcore, but otherwise everything else is shown up in some way, shape, or form. With so many guest appearances from so many people that I'm not going to mention any of them because I'll be leaving out someone important to it. This is one of the most ambitious albums I've ever heard, and if you want something for someone who says that they enjoy everything, let's see if this album is for you. And there you go, folks. The end of part 3 of Heavy Debriefing's Top 100 Albums of 2023. What do you think so far? Have you enjoyed it so far? Any new discoveries? Good albums? Bad albums? What do you think's going to be in the top 70 of 2023? Let me know down below. And of course, check out the rules just to make sure you know what's going on with all this. And if you want a little more in-depth look into these albums, make sure to go to heavydebriefings.weebly.com for the written version of the top 100 albums of 2023. Now, until part 4 for Heavy Debriefings, this is Josh Runquist saying, see ya.